Can anybody read that? What's it say? Factor juggling. Again, in negotiations, most people they're lame because they only think in one term, price. Price, 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 price. It's the only language they know. When you deal with somebody who's only talking price, you know you're dealing with someone who's not a professional, someone who does not really know what they're doing. Understand? Someone who knows what they're doing is going to start bringing a lot of other factors into play. Good or good? Good. So what that means is that what are some of the elements of a sale? Let's say you're buying from a supplier. What are some of the other elements? So you got price. What else? Terms. Credit terms. Yeah, can you get credit terms? What else? Delivery. Shipping. Good. What else? Delivery. Good. What else? Warranty. Thank you. What else? Yeah, will they take it back if it's unused, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, repairs, extra parts, all these different things. And again, the idea is to juggle these up and down, up and down, up and down. And so you've got many more elements in the mix to deal with. Yes or yes? It gives you some play over there. You remember in Fitnessland, in the stores that I own, in the fitness stores, I remember pretty close to the beginning, I would call the guy up and ask him about the treadmills. And he'd say, the treadmills are $825. And I would say, whoa, those are pretty serious. Because they only sold for $1,200. That's not a huge markup. I'd say that's quite a bit on the cost. He goes, yeah, well, we have heavy duty costs. I go, well, you know what? I am not going to negotiate with you. I think it's a good product. I'd like to be your best distributor, but I will pay your full asking price. But all I ask for you is that I'll pay full price, but I'd like you to pay the shipping, and I do need to get 120-day terms. I also need exclusivity for my territory, and I need you to chip in about $4,000 a month for co-op advertising, and I will go ahead and pay your full price. And he goes, what? No, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We ended up with $690 cost, 60-day terms, exclusive but with a quota, and I had to pay all my own advertising. Better than nothing. Good or good? Yeah. Right. This is a funny one. I have a home in Arizona. When I went to buy the house, I found out that it had been on the market for almost a year. And the house looked in great shape, and it was pretty, beautiful pool, beautiful view. I'm going, this is a really nice house. Why would it be in the market for a year? And it wasn't these days. It was several years ago when things were actually selling pretty well. And the realtor says, I've actually had 5 offers on this house. I said, what, is there like a ghost or something? He goes, no, the owner is special. I go, what does that mean? It means he's a very successful lawyer out of Chicago, and will not budge 1 penny. Nothing, zero. And doesn't care if he sells it or not. He's building a $9 million home down the road, down in another community. He doesn't care. So that's why all the deals fall through, because nobody's willing to pay full price. They don't like it. So I said, well, maybe, it's been a couple of months. And so I offered him about $100,000 less than he was asking. And I got back... For the realtor, he says, I'm letting you know. I said, my job's to offer, your job's to present. Go ahead. So he comes back several hours later. I was in town, and he comes back, and you don't usually see this. On the offer itself was 2 huge, thick, like marker, red lines crossing everything right out. And the realtor says, I told you. And he is not interested in any change in the purchase price, period. So, and he said he's very hard to deal with. I mean, this guy, he's a trial lawyer. He's one of these hard-ass guys. He said he's probably Chicago. He says, I don't even want to tell you what I think this guy. So I said, no problem, no problem. So what's he bent on? He says he wants every dime, period, over. He says, that was what I asked for, that's what I'm going to get, and not a penny less. So I noticed that in the garage were his vehicles. There was a Jaguar, there's a Mercedes, and there's a really nice golf cart. And I'm thinking, okay, if I buy this house, I could really use that golf cart. Because, I'm only have one car down here, and then my family could take the other one to the spa, yada, yada. It'd be great to have a golf cart. And carts are about like $6,000, $7,000, and this was all done up and everything. So I say, okay, pull out a new sheet. He goes, oh no, please don't make me. I go, you know what? Let's give him full price. Oh, dude, I like the house. But all I want is one thing. Write it in. I said, all I'm asking for is one of the vehicles in the garage, and it's his choice. And then I took a green marker and I circled the full price. And the real estate is going, no, don't make me do this. No. My job is to offer. Your job is to present. Go. He comes back an hour later, and he goes like this. He goes, it's signed. I said, which one did I get? He goes, you got the golf cart. He says, he presented it, and he said, the guy was laughing so hard at my chutzpah. And he says, give him the fucking cart, all right? Just go ahead and give it to him, right? So I got the golf cart, right? Throwing all kinds of stuff in the air. All right. Please stand up for the declaration. I juggle several factors at once.
I juggle several factors at once.
Again.
I juggle several factors at once.
One more time, twice as loud.
I juggle several factors at once.
Turn to somebody, look me like in my eye and say, you ever grow up as this mine? The next one is create a favorable or cooperative environment. Create a favorable or cooperative what?
Environment.
Everything is energy, yes or yes? Your negotiation is an energetic formation, yes or yes? So environment is part of the energy. Positive or negative, that energy will make or break your negotiation. So some things you've heard about before, some things you may haven't. Obviously, when you're going to sit and talk with somebody, do not sit across from them. Sit either beside them or sit at right angles. So, for example, here's their couch, or for example, and they're sitting here, and you're sitting on a chair over here. Don't sit across from them. Does that make sense? Because that changes the energy. It's an opposing energy versus a beside energy. You go, doesn't it seem lame to sit beside somebody else, especially of the same sex, when they're on a couch or something, and it's hard to talk? Here's how you do that. You want to know the secret?
Yes.
You do this. You say, here's the couch and there's the table or whatever that. You say, Bob, do you mind if I sit beside you so we can go over this together and look at it? Would that be all right? And so you need a prop. You need a notebook. You need a prop. You need a piece of paper. You need something so we can work on this together. Would that be okay? Yeah, sure. Sit down. And there you are. You're right beside them. Is that good? Yes, sir. I mean, if you just, normally when you just kind of like without anything, they sit there and you just cozy up beside them, it's not that comfortable for a lot of, but if you have to have a reason, what's the word? A reason to sit down right beside them. Or you can do, again, this right angle across. Now, that's one of the biggest reasons that executives usually have couches in their office. Yes? So that people can feel more comfortable. Also, if you're going to have a table that you are going to sit with, something in your office, have a round table. Have a round table. Round table is unity. That's the energy of unity. Yes or yes? All right. Om, unity. So, by the way, if you don't think that's important, at the end, those of you who remember, at the end of the Vietnam War, do you recall what took over a year to decide? The shape of the table. Thank you very much. The shape of the table, if you can believe that. Okay. Also, is it a great idea or a bad idea to cut deals over meals?
Good.
Who says good idea over meals? Bad idea over meal? Who's not sure? The best idea. There's something about breaking bread with somebody, eating with them, that changes the energy completely. It puts you on the same side. You don't just eat with everybody. You eat with family. You eat with people who are friends. You eat with people that you care about. You don't just eat with anybody, right? There's something about eating with somebody that makes it a closer bond. True or true? True. So do your best to do deals over meals. That's a good idea. And also, they're very relaxed over meals. There's a book that you might want to pick up, or I'll give you the secret from it. The book is called Never Eat Alone. Never Eat Alone. And it really talks about how to do meetings and network during meals. But and there's one rule of thumb. I don't know if I got it from this book. I probably didn't. I've been using it for too many years before this came out. But here's a rule that, again, is worth everything you paid for this course and 10 times more. Ready? Yes. When you're having a meal, when you go to a restaurant and you're going to have a meeting or something important, a negotiation that's important, always, always, always order your food before you get into any of the discussion. Always. Because what happens with most people, they sit there, they start yakking for a second, and then they start getting into it. And just when you're at the heart, just when you're at the important point, tell me what happens every single time. Yes, the server comes up. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you, even though I just did. What can I get you for you today? Here, can I give you our specials? And you're going, I had some flow going here. No, that was your fault. That was your fault. You never let that happen. Say, I never let that happen. So I do a little chit-chat, a little what? And they say, why don't we order before we get into our full discussion and have our meeting? That way we're not interrupted. Is that okay? Yes or yes? What would you like? You call the first number. Listen, can you order like that? Because we want to have the meeting after this. Is that okay? Yes or yes? All right, good. Does that make sense? Yes. Thank you. Raise your hand if that makes sense to you. Excellent, good. Now, so also, do you wait till the food's delivered? You don't really need to do that because they don't need to talk when they're delivering the food. It's just a second, but thank you for asking that. In general, whenever possible, also do your best to operate on home turf. What's it called? Home turf. Like in sports, there's a certain psychology, certain psychological advantages to playing on a home field. You have the familiarity of the crowd, familiarity of the arena, of the area. Yes or yes? And it feels like your home field. Now, why is that important? First of all, people don't like to make trips for nothing because they've got some investment into this. Yes or yes? So if they come to your office, your area, a lot of people work out of their homes today. Raise your hand if you work out of your home. Do you do business in your Starbucks? Do you do business in coffee shops, restaurants? Yes or yes? Everybody does. So you want to do that in your area. So you know what? I have a Starbucks just down the street from me. Could you come over? Let's meet at at 11 o'clock. Is that okay? And they're coming to your area, and they got directions and all that, and they meet. And you've been there 100 times. It's your area. Yes or yes? So they feel like they're on your home turf. Again, it puts you in a psychologically more powerful position because they don't want to waste their time, and you feel comfortable, and they just quite don't yet, which is pretty favorable in your terms. Good or good? Good. All right, please stand up for the declaration. I create a favorable environment.
I create a favorable environment.
Again.
I create a favorable environment.
One more time, twice as loud. Turn to somebody, look behind your mind, and say, you have a girl business mind.